Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, here on a Tuesday night for the Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series here at Nashville Fairgrounds. We got 15 drivers out here to take on this track, 125 laps in the Tour Modifieds. Should make for a interesting night, a little bit of a late start this evening. Again, just kind of waiting for the drivers to file in, make sure we're getting a decent field out here for everybody who's watching out there on True Sim Productions and the sponsors of this series. We thank every single one of you. We appreciate it. Coming in tonight, we got Jason Raymond. He's got to start from the rear of the field. So Jason Raymond has to start from the rear from winning last week at Concord. He is also our points leader this so far with 379 points. And Tanner Marr close second with 361. And then you got Zach Murphy back there with 334. And Jeff Clifton with 301. So a tight points battle starting to ensue here in the Tour Modified Series with only a few races left. Let me just double check it. So we got 2 races left, 5 flags in Oxford. Oxford being a double points night as always. So be sure to keep tuning into this. This is going to get interesting. They got about a minute left here in qualifying. Looks like the car is loose here tonight coming off the corners as per usual here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Short track tempers are going to flare as always. So as we only have 40 seconds here in practice, we got to start pre-race ceremonies. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem, done as always by Joshua Rutherford. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. Sorry about that. I misclicked. Thought I switched it over on scenes, but didn't. Got Christopher Monroe out there. He's the first one to take to the track. First one to set a time here, 17.71. Brad Carpenter fires back really quick on his first lap with a 17.63. But we're watching the number 17 of Christopher Monroe wheel that Tour Modified around this track, coming out of turn number 4 and across the line for his second lap. Not able to improve too much. It's still only going to be good enough for third quickest right now, as we got Christopher Hyatt. He's out there on his second lap right now. First lap is 17.62 for the number 12, coming out of turn number 4 and across the line to finish his qualifying run. Does improve, goes third quickest again with a 17.48. 17.48 for the number 12 of Christopher Hyatt. Tanner Marr's out there in that number 4 machine. He was working on a paint scheme earlier. Didn't like how it was. Couldn't get it done in time. I liked how it was. I thought it looked cool. But Tanner Marr's out there finishing up his qualifying run. First lap, 17.55 was good enough for 5th place. Goes a little bit quicker that lap with a 17.51, and it's good enough to hang on to 5th place right now. Zach Murphy is on provisional pole at the moment with a 17.44. 17.44 for the 29 of Zach Murphy. Caden Camper out there finished his qualifying run. It was good enough for 9th place with a 17.88. Remember, Jason Raymond, he cannot, well, I believe he can qualify, but he has to start from the rear of the field regardless, so it's better not to qualify. We got a bunch of guys still have yet to take a time. We got Tyler Jalbert out there. We got Chris Clark, Jeff Clifton, Jeffrey Miller, and Lloyd Moore. All have yet to take qualifying times. Top 9 so far on the board for the Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series. Here in qualifying, only about 2 minutes remain, so if they're going to get a qualifying time in, they better go out soon. How is everybody doing this evening here on a Tuesday night? Again, thank you very much for tuning in to True Sim Productions. We greatly appreciate it. So does Crooked Line, so does Top Hat Comics, and all the sponsors here. USA Firearms, Maine's Mobile Truck Service, BuckKicker.com. Only a minute remaining here in qualifying, and still looks like 6 drivers yet to take qualifying time. Still sitting out there. Not sure if any of them are going to go for it or not. Going to have to wait and see. Not a sellout crowd here this evening, but still a good crowd nonetheless at Nashville. All right, well, the drivers who did not qualify, they're going to be starting from the rear of the field. Kind of wish more people would go out there and qualify, but it's all right. Jason Raymond first on the grid, has to start from the back and didn't qualify, so he'll get an EOL regardless. I still would have qualified, maybe get a better pit box, but that's just personally what I would have done. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get through that grid. Zach Murphy in that number 29 is going to be starting on the pole with Chris Carroll in the number 99 starting to his outside. Brad Carpenter in that 31 is going to be starting in 3rd position with Christopher Hyatt and the number 12 starting in 4th. Tanner Marr in the number 4 is going to be starting in 5th position with Brian Zimmerman in the 28 to his outside. Christopher Monroe in that number 17 is going to be starting P7 with Larry Bell in the 43 starting in 8th. Caden Camper in the number 22 is going to be starting 9th. Jason Raymond, again, going to be going to the rear of the field, but as per grid, he's going to be starting 10th. Lloyd Moore, 11th, with Jeff Clifton in that number 5 starting 12th. We got Chris Clark starting in 13th in that number 91 with Jeffrey Miller in the number 79 starting in 14th position. And Tyler Jalbert going to be starting in 15th, but he'll move up to 14th once Raymond receives that EOL from race control. Field's getting ready to go here tonight. One more pace lap. They got the one to go signal from the flag stand. It's time to go racing here in Nashville tonight for 125 laps. Everybody getting them tires warmed up, getting ready to go. First one's on green. After that, it's going to be on the leader. Go ahead and kill that music because they're coming to the green flag. Green flag is out in the air here at Nashville. Going down into turns 1 and 2. It's going to be side by side for the race lead. Chris Carroll's got that preferred outside lane right now. He's going to pinch the 29 down just a little bit going down the back straightaway. A lot of people jostling for position back here as we go into turns 3 and 4. Still side by side. Got a car there with some electrical issues going on. It looks like it might have been the 17 of Christopher Monroe. Changes every week. See if that works. Down into 3 and 4, we're taking a look at that number 43 there of Larry Bell. Got a little loose, and he's going to get shoved out of the way by Clifton. Clifton's going to make a move there in that number 5. Put Clifton up into the 8th spot here, going down into turns 1 and 2. Chris Carroll and Zach Murphy still side by side for the race lead right now as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Zach Murphy to the bottom side of the racetrack. Chris Carroll to the top side, and that number 99. Brad Carpenter back into 31 in 3rd place, watching this all unfold right in front of him. Can't figure out which way he's going to go. These guys are racing really hard side by side. Down the back straightaway, give the advantage to the 99 of Chris Carroll. Going down into turns 3 and 4, still side by side. I had a feeling that outside lane would prevail, but I'm getting proven wrong here as, the 29 kind of doors Carroll up out of the way. Kind of had enough of it. Gave him a little shot down into the corner, and Chris Carroll's going to be under pressure here by the number 4 of Tanner Marr and the 31 of Brad Carpenter. And Brian Zimmerman now looking underneath the number 4 of Tanner Marr as they go down the front straightaway, down into turns 1 and 2, and bring Christopher Hyatt and that number 12 in the picture here as Tanner Marr gets stuck on the outside. Your top 6 has broken away from the rest of the pack so far. 7 laps coming to be complete here at Nashville so far of 125. Zach Murphy, your race leader. Brad Carpenter running 2nd. Chris Carroll 3rd. Brian Zimmerman 4th. Tanner Marr holds on to the top 5. As we jump back a little bit further, we're looking at the number 44 here of Jason Raymond. Jason Raymond had to start from the back of the field, has worked his way up into 8th position, and is currently just riding right now, trying to get to the back bumper of that number 5 of Jeff Clifton. Go back a little bit further, we'll take a look at the 17 of Christopher Monroe with Caden Camper right behind him, rounding out the top 10. But Larry Bell trying to make something happen here and change up that scoring timeline. Scoring pylon, I should say, right there. Looks like he got a little loose there coming out of turn number 2, trying to get to the back bumper, but can't. 22, Caden Camper holding on to that 10th position. We go back a little bit further, we're going to take a look at the 79 here of Jeffrey Miller in P12, holding off the number 10 of Lloyd Moore right now. 14th is the 91 of Chris Clark, and not starting the race is the number 2 of Tyler Jalbert. Not sure why that is. All right, so back up to the front, we got Zach Murphy in the number 29. He's still your race leader. And I have a feeling that if the 99 can get back to him, we might see a little bit of a bump and run here tonight. A little bit of the chrome horn, if you will. It looked like the 29 kind of pushed tight up into the 99 to Chris Carroll, kind of got him out of shape, up out of the groove. But remember, Zach Murphy fighting for points right now. He's 3rd in the points as they sit right now. Go back here and take a look at Tanner Marr in that number 4. He's on the back bumper of Zimmy. Just can't seem to make something happen. Zimmy kind of rolling that yellow line around the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to make it work. Tanner's kind of running a lane up. But as you can see, it's almost like Tanner's diamonding the corner where Zimmy's almost arcing the corner. Christopher Hyatt back there trying to maintain onto that 6th position. He's got a hard charging Jeff Clifton catching up to that back bumper really quick though. And Jason Raymond. They both have caught this front pack of 6 rather quickly here in the last, I'd say, 6 or 7 laps. You guys are racing hard. As you see, Raymond right there got a little tight coming off turn number 2. Almost put it into the outside retaining wall. Riding on board here with leader Zach Murphy. You can see how bumpy it is here at Nashville. How the suspension unloads off the corner there, coming out of the turns. You see the little hill that there is almost coming off of the corners, and when that suspension unloads, that's what's going to make that car really loose here tonight. See him working that wheel. Good shot right there. The top three coming through turns 3 and 4 across the line. 18 laps complete here tonight of 125. 17 laps complete. I'm sorry, we are on lap 18. Brad Carpenter is doing everything he can right now, trying to catch up to the back bumper of that number 29, maybe just trying to save a little bit of that tire. It's a long race to go yet. We haven't even hit lap 20. Still over 100 laps left in this event. Chris Carroll back there again, maybe just trying to figure this track out, figure the car out. We haven't seen him out here too many times this season. So just trying to play the field and kind of see where everybody's at, see where he kind of stacks up, see how these tires are going to wear. He's a short track driver. Just won on Sunday night in the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com ARCA series. That's broadcast on True Sim Productions as well. You guys can go check out that race. They were at Richmond. But Chris Carroll was the race winner there. Brian Zimmerman also races over there. So does Tanner Marr. But we're talking about the Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series here tonight. And right now it's all Zach Murphy in that number 29. Out there doing what he needs to do. Being consistent. Being calm and cool. And collected. Everybody pretty much has kind of spaced themselves out, trying to get a good look at the field right here. I don't know what kind of cameras I have for that. This is a blimp cam. Whoop, wrong button. So Jeff Clifton, he's actually caught up to this number 12. He's going to take a peek to the inside here, coming off turn 2. No, can't make it happen. He's going to slot back in, going down the back straightaway. He's getting right to the back bumper of that number 12 car. He's got to be careful, though. These cars do like to go around fairly easy with the slightest bump to the left rear of that Tour Modified. But you can tell Clifton is a little bit quicker. I mean, last time by, they ran pretty identical lap times, but Clifton kind of had to give the 12 a break. I mean, he almost had his nose there, and he had to lift to get out of it. If we look at the last time by, Clifton ran in 17.82, whereas Hyatt ran at 17.86. So Clifton is just a little bit quicker here, trying to take over that 6th position and go after Tanner Marr for a top 5. Back up to the front of the field, obviously still Zach Murphy right now coming to complete lap 27 here of 125. Chris Carroll starting to reel in that 31 of Brad Carpenter. But both of these guys are starting to let the 29 get away, and that's going to be another question I have, is if these guys can go the full 125 laps on fuel. Alright, so we got a battle here. They had to get around some lap traffic. I was checking on something on my other monitor. That's allowed the 31 to almost get to the back bumper here of the race leader, and Chris Carroll has gotten even closer than number 31. If we go back a little bit further, you got Brian Zimmerman running in 4th here, Tanner Marr in 5th, and Jeff Clifton finally got his way around that number 12 machine as Raymond now making a move. Not sure what's going on with my timing and scoring. It's saying I don't know why it's saying Raymond's a lap down. Unless Raymond pit, but no, he didn't. He didn't pit. So why is it showing me Raymond a lap down and Chris Clark definitely is. We just saw him go a lap down. I know he came into the pits, but I didn't see Raymond pit. Not sure what's going on with that. Raymond, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm looking at my event viewer here, ladies and gentlemen, and Raymond was battling there for P8, and then all of a sudden, something must have happened. And he might have gotten to the wall or got loose or something, because he lost a ton of time there. Actually lost a lap. It is showing him one lap down. All right, so we're coming to lap 38. 37 laps complete here. Race leader Zach Murphy, Brad Carpenter trying to run him down. Chris Carroll trying to run him down. Top three are broken away from the rest of the field. It's about a 2-second gap here to our fourth place. Brian Zimmerman, everybody pretty much single file. But we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. If anything happens, like a caution or anything like that, we will bring it right back, so stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
As we come back, we have a caution out on the speedway, and I am not sure who it was. So we're going to have to look for it here live, ladies and gentlemen. Might have been our competition caution, actually, because it's either a competition caution or it is a debris caution, because I know they do, if it goes green for 50 laps, they will throw a competition caution most of the time. We'll let these guys go ahead and sort out their pit stops, get that figured out, and we'll bring the league owner Tanner Moore up in and talk to him about it. But my guess is, in all honesty, since it went green flag for the first 50 laps right there, that's competition caution, 100%. So I see right sides going up on a lot of these Tour Modifieds. Is that all the time they're going to have, though? You see the right sides up for everybody. Who's going to be the first to take 4? Zimmy's down and away. Tanner's taking 4. Interesting call. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and talk to him real quick. Driver of the number 4, Tanner Moore. It's Sam in the booth. You got me. Hey, man, you're having a good run out there, first and foremost. You're doing good. You're up there in the top 5, making things happen. But I want to confirm that that was a competition caution for running 50 green flag laps. Is that correct? Yeah. So is it still time to take care of them tires and ride, or is it time to go?
Let the horses loose, we'll call it.
Well, that whole time, Tanner, I had you muted. So let's do it again, shall we?
Right on, brother. Well,
hey, we all make mistakes. You left the grid music playing. I don't want to hear it.
Absolutely.
So what'd you say? Competition caution. We got a thumbs up on that. Raymond's got connection issues. You was just riding. Go on from there.
So Raymond, running 7, gets dropped. I was just riding, thinking we're not going to take tires. I was expecting more caution. Super hard to pass out here. So normally, with that, sorry, they were talking about here. With that, we'll have caution and stuff, right?
Absolutely. But what do you think, man? You think you got something for him tonight?
Oh yeah. Well, we got a solid top 5 car, I think.
All right, man. Well, it looks like you're 1 to green. I'll get you back down there so you can concentrate. Good luck to you.
All right, 10-4, buddy. Thank you.
That was driver the number 4, Tanner Moore. And I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. You see, I'm going to explain it real quick for everybody at home. Blazing Pedals uses what's called TeamSpeak. So I had that unmuted in my software to run this show, right? These guys use Discord, and I have both set up for separate audios, and I had the Discord muted, then the TeamSpeak unmuted. I fumbled and unmuted the wrong one. So just so the folks at home know, I was not trying to mute Tanner there. We always want to hear what Tanner has to say. But green flag is back out in the air, so we got another yellow flag out on the racetrack. Showing it might have been Chris Clark involved. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. So the cautions breed cautions. Oh my. So the 10 and the 17 actually get into it here. So we'll back it up. So go down in the corner. 10 kind of cuts down on the 17 there. As always, we'll leave it up to the chat to decide who you think was at fault. But after all that sorted out, after we talked to Tanner there, Jeff Clifton turned out to be your race leader. Brad Carpenter still second. Chris Carroll third. Zach Murphy, who's led pretty much the whole race before that competition caution, he is now sitting in P4. Jeffrey Miller is up there in the top 5, having a good run. Larry Bell up there in 6th. Tanner Marr in 7th. Christopher Hyatt back there in 8th. Got Caden Camper right there in that 22 machine right behind him. He's running 9th. Brian Zimmerman 10th. As Tanner pointed it out, remember, we didn't know what happened to that 44. Apparently, you heard it there from Tanner. He's having some kind of connection issues, and iRacing is the one that scored him a lap down. So what probably happened was he disappeared on track, and when he finally reappeared, iRacing felt he was a lap down. So there you have it. Oh, thank you for the... greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, True Sim Productions does not condone the content in chat. I'm getting really sick of it, YouTube. Really sick of it. I don't know why it's the smaller... I've noticed it's actually the smaller channels that get this a lot. And it's getting really annoying. About to figure out how to run my own bot. Get them back. What do you guys think? All right, space lights are off on pace car. I think we're going single file because they didn't make it a lap. So no choose cone. None of that. None of that for this restart. Just straight up. Feeling the hands of Jeff Clifton. That number 5. You keep him up next to the wall. He's going to roll. He's going to go. Green flag back out in the air. Looks like Chris Carroll actually got a pretty good restart, but had to lift because he can't change lanes before the start-finish line. But had a good run. He's got a good run here on Carpenter. Can't make a move, though. Down into turns 3 and 4. Chris trying to make something happen here to take over that second position. Zach Murphy now trying to work his way back up to the front of the field, but it's all Jeff Clifton in that number 5 right now. Tanner Marr found his way up into the 5th position. We just talked to him. You heard him. He was kind of riding in that first little bit. Now we got 64 laps complete here of 125. It's time to go. No time to save. Larry Bell is back there running in 6th position, and Christopher Hyatt is right behind him in 7th. Everybody pretty much single filed out right here. We got a battle for the 8th position. Brian Zimmerman and that 28 is going to look to the low side of the racetrack underneath the 22 of Caden Camper, and they're going to be side by side going down the front stretch. It looks like Raymond's going to kind of help them try to get him by that 22. Raymond's still got a lot of work to do if he's going to want to get a good finish here tonight. As Brian Zimmerman down to the bottom side of the racetrack got real loose there, managed to save it. That's going to allow Raymond to get to the outside of him going down the front stretch. Down into turns 1 and 2, they're going to be side by side. Raymond to the top side, Zimmerman to the bottom. They touched Nerf bars just a little bit. Some good racing here at Nashville. Raymond's going to clear him, go down the back stretch. It looked like Zimmy might have cut him a break just a little bit there. And now Raymond's got to get past that 22 and start making moves here. He doesn't have much longer to go. Only 125 laps here in this one. Up, back at the front, Jeff Clifton's got about a half a second lead over second place Brad Carpenter. But Brad is starting to close that gap. They're all running pretty much identical lap times right now. I'll read off the top 3 in order. 41, a 42, and a 44. So really close lap times. It's all momentum here with these cars. You break that momentum, it's game over. So Clifton's just got to be smooth and be consistent, and he might be able to walk away with another win here tonight. something going on here, because I don't know if Jeff is starting to maybe kind of hang back a little bit, try to save a little bit of tire while he's up here in the lead. But he's losing some time here to Brad. Brad now 2/10 back. Chris Carroll right behind him. Tanner Marr back there still running by himself in the 5th position. Everybody really single filed out here. We're going to be taking lap 75 when they come to the line. 74 laps complete here at Nashville. Jeff Clifton, your race leader. Brad Carpenter doing everything he can, trying to get up there and take that race lead away, running a different line than Jeff, trying to get a little bit of clean air to the front end of that modified. Down and back straightaway. It's about a 1/10 gap, 2/10 now. Brad is coming. That time by. Brad was faster. 17.66 to a 17.72. So 31 is much quicker than that number 5 right now. But could Clifton be playing a little bit of cat and mouse right here? Let him get to that back bumper. Let him burn up his stuff trying to catch you. And then he starts to pull away again. Let's see what happens here. From the looks of it, it looks like that 31 is fast here tonight. And unfortunately, the 29, after leading a majority of this race, he's stuck back there in the 4th position. Can't seem to get back up to the front. Tough group of guys here this evening. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going no commercial from here on out. We just like to make sure we get them bills paid for everybody. Get them sponsors shouted out. Also be sure to check out Top Hat Comics, Maine's mobile truck service, USAFirearms.com, and everybody else who supports us here on True Sim Productions and the Crooked Line Racing League. We thank you all. Battles are starting to heat up here, though. We only got about 30 odd laps to go, but the top 5 or 6, throw a blanket over them. I was watching while we were under break, and Chris Carroll made a move on the 31, couldn't make it happen. And now everybody's starting to catch. I mean, we got a battle here going on. I know they're single file, ladies and gentlemen, but every one of these drivers is on the edge of their seat right now. We got 30 laps to go when they come to the line this time. Now lap traffic going to play a factor. Which way does he go? Clifton probably wasn't sure which way the lap traffic was going to go. Had to work his way around it. That allowed the 31 to get right up on that back bumper. And, I mean, Chris Carroll's right there. Zach Murphy's right there. Give 5th position to Tanner Marr. He's right there. And Larry Bell hanging in the shadows. Back up to the front, though. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the gap between 1st to 5th. A little bit of a gap, and then he got 6th place. But this is where the battle is, right here. Not sure who's going to make the move first. Remember, we talked to Tanner earlier. He said he was just kind of riding and saving. Was he doing that here? Because he managed to catch these guys pretty quick. And I mean, I'll read off the top 5 lap times for you, ladies and gentlemen. They're all in the 17s, but a 4.1, a 4.2, a 4.4, a 4.3, a 4.7, and a 4.7. I mean, everybody running identical. It shows you how much momentum you need in these cars to try and make a move. Chris Carroll got another run looking to the inside. Can't make it happen. Oh, they get into a big wreck right here. Big wreck, no caution. There's the caution. Larry Bell's car just did a kickflip right there. That was really weird, iRacing. Oh my goodness, though. What happened there? We got to go back and look. I know it was between the front here. Let's see what happens. Looks like Carroll gets in the 31, and it's just chaos from then on out. But this is the weird part right here. Look at this. Larry Bell's almost through it. I mean, 31's not holding the brakes. I don't know. Know what's going on there. Didn't hold the brakes. But it made Larry Bell's car do a friggin' kickflip. So the long old age question of can you do a kickflip in iRacing? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. All right, so we're under caution for the third time this evening here, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Clifton, your race leader. Chris Carroll, or no, I'm sorry, Brian Zimmerman now running in second. Tanner Marr running third. Looks like Chris Carroll probably gave himself an EOL there, I imagine. He's now back in the 10th position. He did pit on lap 103, though. Maybe pit just to give himself that EOL. Probably felt that was his doing. Going to be 20 laps to go when they hit the line this time. I believe this time is going to be choose come. We're going to see where everybody stacks up here. Can Tanner Marr pull off another one this season? I mean, he's in a position to do it. Brian Zimmerman's up there to do it. Jeff Clifton in a points battle. He's up there to do it. See here, if I bring up our points, take a look here. Yep, Clifton is in fourth with 301 points. I mean, tonight would be a good night for him. Takes the bottom side. Interesting choice, to be honest with you. I would have maybe taken the top side. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell with these cars here at this track. Top side normally dominates. We'll have to see what happens here as the pace car is going to duck on off. It's going to be in the hands of Jeff Clifton. Green flag's going to come back out. Going to be 19 laps to go to finish this thing off. Down into turns 1 and 2. Tanner Marr got a really good restart. He's actually going to take over second position almost. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway here. Him and Zimmerman. Zimmerman to the top side of the racetrack. Tanner Marr to the bottom. And Zach Murphy still trying to make a comeback. He's back there in fourth, but don't look now. Jason Raymond, after having problems, is now up inside the top 5, so trying to make something happen. But these boys up front need to make something happen because Jeff Clifton's just kind of walking away with it right now. Jason Raymond going to the top side of the racetrack, trying to make the outside lane work here around Zach Murphy. They're going to be side by side going down the front stretch. Down into turns 1 and 2, still side by side here for the 4th position. As Raymond's got the momentum, he's going to clear him going down the back straightaway. That was a great move by the 44. Put him up in the 4th. Now he's got to get around the 4 of Tanner Marr. Going to look to the bottom side of the racetrack here, coming off turn number 2. Can't get there, slots back in line. Jeff Clifton out to a pretty good lead right now. Now Tanner's not going to give up this position easy. He knows that is the guy you're battling for a championship with right here, going side by side down into turns 3 and 4. Tanner will not give it up easy. He's second in points. Leader in points and second in points right here, fighting for 3rd position. Tanner's going to lose a lot of momentum on that top side, though, as Raymond's going to be able to clear him. Almost a little bit of contact there between the 4 and the 29. A lot of good racing going on here. We got 13 laps to go at Nashville. Side by side here for 5th. Tanner's got to get off that top side lane. He just keeps getting freight trainers. Now Brad Carpenter looks down to the inside. And now Carroll looking to the top side, trying to make it 3 wide. Back up at the front. It's a 6/10 gap from 1st place to 2nd. Jeff Clifton, your race leader. 12 clean more laps is all he needs. Brian Zimmerman 2nd, trying to run him down. Running about equal lap times right now to the number 5. Jason Raymond started from the rear of the field, now finds himself in 3rd position, hunting for a win. 11 laps to go. As we got a yellow flag out on the speedway, and that's going to change everything. 99 involved once again here. We'll have to see what happens. Coming out of turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Ooh. Oh, he just gets clipped by the 12. 12 gets him in the left rear. Carroll got some pretty significant damage on that one as well. Not sure if he might have popped the radiator or not. He hit that outside wall pretty hard with that front end. So we get a caution here with 10 laps to go. Now it gets interesting. Not what Jeff Clifton wanted to see, but he got a great restart that last restart. He was able to hold him off. Everybody started battling behind him. He was able to pull away. So, I think he's in a good position right here. He's been choosing that bottom side. It's been working every time. We're going to have to see what happens. See him warming the tires up. Cleaning them off. Getting ready to go here for this shootout. Remember, a win here would be awesome for Clifton points-wise. Comes into tonight, 4th in the point standings, as I said, with 301 points. Our leader in points is Jason Raymond. 5 wins on the season. He's got a total of 379 points. Should be coming to the choose cone this time by, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Clifton to the bottom, Zimmy to the bottom, Raymond to the top. So there you go. Murphy to the top, Tanner to the bottom. Gonna be a 5-lap shootout when they take the green flag. Get your picks in now. Who do you got, ladies and gentlemen? I want to see it out in the chat. We're gonna find out here. 5 laps to go. Pace car's off. In the hands of Clifton. He fires off. We're back under green. Although, that's going to be a penalty. That has to be a penalty for the number 5. That was a blatant lane change coming off of turn number 4, crossing the start-finish line. I would imagine that's going to be a penalty. Still maintains the race lead. Race control might have to do something about it after the race. Raymond in second. Blinks out. Electrical issues still going on for the 44. Looking for the lead. 3 laps to go. Don't count out Brian Zimmerman back there in third. Two laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air for the number 5. Can Jason Raymond get there? He is there. He's close. Can he make a move? Down the back straightaway. Looking to the inside. Down into turns 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4. It's going to be white flag for the Jeff Clifton in number 5. Unless race control comes through with a penalty at the end of the race, we're going to have to find out. But down into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Coming down to the back straightaway. Raymond all over the back bumper. He's going to send it. Throw a Hail Mary. Can't get there. Coming out of turn number 4. As long as race control says so, it's going to be Clifton in the number 5. I kind of want to go back to that green flag, though, real quick, because I'm telling you, I swear they have a rule about that. I could be wrong. I mean, right there, he's right up in the outside lane. I mean, no question about that. So we'll have to find out. Not sure. See Clifton here. He's going to burn it down. They might still give him the win, but it might be a penalty for next week. I don't know. We'll have to talk to Tanner. Let me see here. We're going to take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, it's going to be post-race interviews. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live. I just got out of the booth and came down here onto the racetrack, and I'm catching up with the driver of the 28 who's just now climbing out of that machine, taking home third position. Brian Zimmerman, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling like I got a better finish than I deserved. Made a mistake on pit road there. I came out first, took 2 tires, came out first in front of Clifton there, but I looked down, I was doing 37, pit lane speeds 35, got me a black flag, had to start at the back of the pack, so really blew it there. I was going to be stuck in the back. I wouldn't have finished but 7th or 8th, and then we had that big wreck, and I was able to make up some spots there, but definitely finished better than I deserved tonight.
I mean, yeah, overall, you had a good night. You came home in third. You got through everything. Next week, I think we head to 5 Flags. How do you feel about that?
I like that track. I don't know how I like it in this car. I'm still trying to figure this car out. I just don't know what the car wants. Can't really figure out. My spatial awareness is still not right on. I don't know how close I can get to someone. So still trying to learn the car, but I do love the track, so it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time down at 5 Flags.
All right, man. Well, who you got to shout out on that number 28?
Thank those guys over at Pit Lizard let me run with them this season. Always thank them. Thank the guys with Crooked Line. Thank you guys up in the booth. Y'all always do a great job. Enjoy watching it the next day at work. Really thank y'all for all y'all do with TSP and the Crooked Line, the five Kings guys, all these guys that throw on this league. We appreciate it. So thank you guys.
All right, man. We'll let you go celebrate that 3rd place finish. We'll see you next week at 5 Flags.
See you, Sam. Have a good one, bud.
Driver the number 28, Brian Zimmerman. We got to catch up walking down the racetrack a little bit. They park side by side, so he ain't too far away. Already out of that 44 modified. Jason Raymond, how you feeling tonight?
I'm just happy to be here, man. Starting in the back, worked my way up to 7th, and then had a little bit of an issue. Actually, put me a lap down under green, which was kind of weird. While running 7th, I was scored a lap down, so had to fight back from that. Got caught up in that little incident there. Stopped completely on the track to avoid it and lost positions. I'm just happy to be here. It was a long, hard-fought race for me. It went by quick, but it felt like forever because of all the issues I had going on. I'm just happy I didn't get dropped or kicked out or anything. I'm I can't believe the season I'm having so far. Not trying to sound cocky or anything, but this is definitely my best season I've ever had in my entire career. So,
Well, it's definitely nothing to frown about. I mean, you got
right?
5 wins. You're
I
leading the
know,
points.
right? Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I'm just gonna try to keep the consistency up and just keep doing what I've been doing every week, keeping the car clean, and I should have a good rest of the season here.
Well, we got a 5 Flags next week. How do you feel?
I actually like that track. I've had success there in the past with these cars, so hopefully I can continue that success and build on a strong second place finish here tonight.
All right, man. Well, who you got to thank on the 44?
Oh, I got to thank a ton of people. First off, I forgot to thank my parents last week after getting that win. A little bit of a rookie move there. Forgot to thank them. So huge shout out to my parents. Got to give a shout out to my girlfriend and you for doing the broadcast. Once again, love going back and watching it. Everybody watching, definitely subscribe to True Sim Productions. We got a ton of different series. We got dirt, we got asphalt, we got the short track stuff, all the NASCAR stuff. We got you covered here. I got to thank all the guys over at Five Kings Motorsports. Got to get a shout out to Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs for the paint schemes. Got to thank McConey Setup Shop, ButtKicker.com, Savage Edge Apparel, FB Sim Racing Button Boxes, BAM Racing Videos, USA Firearms, Southern Signs in North Carolina. Then I got my few. I got Fauci Floor and Wall Coverings, Barn Package Store, Mayhew Construction, and then before I forget, can't forget Top Hat Comics for their support throughout all our series. So huge shout out to those guys also in North Carolina. So make sure to check them out if you're in that area.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on that second place. It's going to definitely increase your points there a little bit. And we'll see you next week. 5 Flags.
Thank you.
Driver the number 44, Jason Raymond. We just talked to him. He's going to go celebrate that second place finish, but I got to walk down here because I got to catch up with our race winner. Climbing out of that Tour Modified right now is number 5, Jeff Clifton, our race winner. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Hey, not bad. Little bit of, interesting stuff going there on that last restart. We noticed you kind of changed lanes a little bit. Is that going to be a penalty for you, or what's going on with that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize I did it, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that probably 90% of the people in this league have probably done that as well. But I'll defend myself and say that I was so far clear of everybody else that it wouldn't have mattered, even if I did change lanes. Like, I wasn't blocking anybody, I don't think. So, I made a really gutsy call to take 2 tires there when we had that competition call, and it paid off. Zimmy, I think, was the only other one to take 2 tires, but I think he got a pit road penalty, and that shuffled him back. And at this track, it's really hard to pass unless you move somebody, and I'll move people, but it's not going to be my first option, So I made a decision to take 2 tires there, and then it got me out front, and I wasn't too comfortable with everybody being on 4 behind me, so I just wanted to make sure to get as big a gap on the starts as possible. So I tried to start a little earlier than everybody else did, and it worked out. I cleared everybody going into turn 1, so we're happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't complain about a first place finish ever. You came into tonight 4th in points, so this is definitely going to increase your chances a little bit going into the last 2 races. We head to 5 Flags next week. What's your thoughts on that?
5 Flags it's like a hit or miss track for me. In some cars, I'm pretty decent at it. Some cars, I'm not. It's a really fast track. Everything comes at you quick. You got to be on your toes the whole race. I'm pretty comfortable in the modified, but I don't have a ton of experience there. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping for at least a top 5. I'll be happy with a top 5.
All right, man. Well, who you got to shout out on that number 5?
Well, as always, True Sim Productions, you guys do a great job every time you broadcast this league. I love to go back and watch it. It's like my post-race ritual at this point. Top Hat Comics, all the admins that do everything in this league, Tanner, Zimmy, I think Carol now is an admin. you, Raymond. I'm probably missing a couple, but the amount of work that goes into running just one series on iRacing is a lot. I would know, I've done it before. It's a headache. So for them to do almost nightly races, it's a big task, and they do a really good job of keeping everybody on their feet, and it's really fun to race in this league.
All right, man. Well, hey, go celebrate that first place finish, and we'll see you next week at Five Flags.
All right, have a good night, bud.
That was the driver, the number 5, Jeff Clifton. He's your race winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up your race results on the screen. And there you have it. Check them out for yourselves, but we got to get out of here. That's going to do it for us here on a Tuesday night for the Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series. I'm not sure if Tanner has anything planned for tomorrow night on True Sim Productions, because I believe the 87s was their last race last week. But Thursday, round 2, Port Royal for the Dirt Series. Be sure to check that out on True Sim Productions at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:45 p.m. Central. We're going to get out of here. I hope you all enjoyed this one as much as I did. Only 2 races left in this season and a tight points battle. I hope you guys tune in next week. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.